You probably think you know what this podcast is about, and I'm going to tell you, you're probably wrong. This is BethWe in the Koinonia Kitchen, and I want to talk about in sickness and in health. You know, my friends, they call it HALT. The HALT, what does it mean? They tell me to be careful when I'm hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, because I'll make snap decisions that I may regret later. Boy, that's a great tool to have, that HALT tool. But I found truth in that life tip, and I've adopted it, but I've had to add another letter. I added the word sick, so my letter is S. HALTS. HALTS. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, or sick. I don't know why, but I'm like a little less loving and kind when I'm sick. Chances are good that my first thought won't be about preserving our relationship when I'm running a fever. I seem to jump right into getting people out of my way. I just want to be left alone when I don't feel good. So I had to add the S to the acronym. I remember the day it happened. I got sick. But on this particular day, I was feeling a close connection with God. And He decided to use the opportunity to teach me something about myself that, between you and me, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I had never seen it this way before. It was clear that illness, like when I was coughing or burning up, I was a little less likely to control my tongue. I told myself it wasn't a personal fault. It was a function of being under the weather, and I shouldn't worry about it. And I would warn people close to me, watch out when I'm sick. I lose my filter. Ha ha ha. I say things I shouldn't. Ha ha ha. As if it was a joke. I have a few stories where I even boasted about how far I went with someone because, after all, it wasn't my fault. I'm not a jerk. I was sick. Did you catch the excuse? It wasn't my fault? Okay, well, that's where the problem was. That's the problem God was having with me. I had convinced myself that it wasn't my fault when, in fact, God had work for me to do. So, here I am, sick. My family and those close to me forewarned that any bad vibes I might admit weren't my fault because I had surrendered control of my tongue to my illness. And then, in my quiet time with God, I saw something quite different. I saw, you ready? It's the one I really hate. I saw self-pity. I was sick and I felt sorry for myself. I wasn't in pity because of the illness, though. I was in pity because I hadn't learned enough about self-love to slow down and take care of myself. I was sick, and I was driving myself to keep a schedule or to accomplish the things on my list or whatever it was. Slow down and rest? No! That would rob me of some dysfunctional status that I've come to value. Is it a martyr syndrome? Wouldn't that be delightful? Maybe it's a competitive stance whereby I win some unknown pride award simply because I drag myself through the paces that others would sleep through if they felt like I did. Isn't that a pretty picture of yourself? To be honest, I haven't gotten the language to describe the pride and ego that drives that sort of self-pity yet, but I know one thing, it's not pretty to look at. So to all of you who have worked beside me on a sick day where I didn't call out, to my family who were subjected to my arrival at home after driving this worn body through the tasks at hand, and to anyone else that was on the receiving end of a monologue I may have called a conversation, I'm sorry. I'm still learning. So let's hope next time I'm under the weather, I do better. Let's hope I've learned to love myself enough to practice self-care when it's needed. And if you identify with this sort of drivenness, surrender. You're not the only one you're hurting. That statement, that's one of the lies. I hope you're feeling better because you had a listen. Good Seed Podcast is powered by the BethWe nonprofit ministry based in Vero Beach, Florida. Our goal is to start the uncomfortable conversations that turn complacency into action and despair into hope. Connect, communicate, and thrive with us. Check us out online at BethWe.com.